The Memorial Day weekend and heavy rain kind of go hand in hand historically here in Austin, and this year, of course, is going to be one for the record books. KVUE's Albert Ramon with me. I'm Mark Murray. Albert, you covered the big flooding on the Blanco River that sent tremendous historic floodwaters through Wimberley. Tell me about covering that event and what you were seeing.
Well, we were already dealing with saturated soil then. We've been very wet this month, very wet this spring, and we were afraid that even an isolated amount of between 4 and 6 inches would cause issues. Doppler radar indicated close to 13 inches occurring to the southwest of Blanco. And just to the west of Blanco, that's of course where the Blanco River begins. So we had an isolated amount of water fall upstream, and what the Weather Service called that night, Saturday night into Sunday, a flood wave moving through Wimberley. The record in Wimberley back in 1929 for the flood gauge along the Blanco River was at 33 feet. That was the previous record.
Right.
And within just a matter of hours, it went up to 41 feet before the gauge was destroyed.
The gauge broke. So seemed to have been cresting about that time, so it may not have got higher than 40, 41 feet. But boy, to have the gauge, just the gauge break, the crushing amount of water coming down that river, just amazing.
We were on the air, of course, overnight, and as this flood wave, as the Weather Service called it, continued to move downstream, Blanco River intersects I-35 between San Marcos and Kyle. And we were reporting on the air that the Kyle Fire Department said that the water could be so high it could shut down northbound and southbound lanes of I-35 because flood water was about to go over it. And that's what happened for a short period of time. When I was reporting that overnight, it was literally blowing my mind. I was talking to Scott Guest, our chief photojournalist here at KVUE, and I asked him, because he's been here almost as long as you, and he says he's never heard of anything like that happening. And then we find out this is a not only historic event, but an epic, very sad event that
Hundreds of homes.
Some folks have even lost their lives with those homes.
We did get a bit of a break on Sunday, as had been expected, but we knew that the atmosphere was just simply recovering and awaiting the next wave, which started to take place about noontime or late morning on Monday, Memorial Day. Yeah,
mid-morning we had our first tornado warning, along with some flash flood warnings starting in the hill country. This was a part of a disturbance coming in out of the west, the same disturbance that caused the flash flooding and the flood disaster along the Blanco River on Saturday was sending another disturbance out of West Texas. And that kind of just was a domino effect. We were looking at the forecast data, and we talked on the phone that morning that this could potentially be a very busy afternoon, and that's exactly what happened.
And it wasn't just the threat of flooding. Now we were dealing with the intense lightning, the intense rainfall, and the tornadoes popping up. We must have had a dozen solid rotational indications on radar, and of course we saw several funnel clouds, had several confirmed touchdowns of tornadoes, including up over near Cedar Creek.
You're just finding this out, but I found this out this morning. There's a confirmed tornado report from Monday just to the west of Cedar Creek. It was an EF1 tornado, sustained wind approximately 95 miles per hour, quarter mile wide, on the ground for 3 miles. 7 minutes before an official warning was posted, you were able to use our technology here in the Storm Center and warn folks in Cedar Creek. Wow. And it was 10 minutes before the tornado even touched down.
Primary threats: large hail, damaging winds, cloudy ground lightning, and now on top of everything else, yet another rotation is starting to show up. This one just to the south and west of the Cedar Creek area. There is not a tornado warning for this yet, but based on what Albert and I have been seeing over the past several hours, if I were in Cedar Creek right now, I would be looking for a safe place to take shelter.
So there was a very large warning. Big credit to you, but big credit to the technology.
To the team, yeah.
To the technology that we have here to able to pinpoint the spin and give people as much time as possible to get to a safe place.
And that's what we try and do here at KVUE, and I hear this from you all the time, and I do appreciate it, that we're calm, we just give you the information that you need to keep yourself, your family, and your property safe. And if we were able to do a little bit of that over the Memorial Day weekend, we're thankful for that.
And when the next big system heads this way, and with El Nino around, it may just be around the corner, you can count on the KVUE Storm team and the entire KVUE staff to keep you ahead of the storm.
We'll talk some about some of that technology we used during the Memorial Day event coming up.